You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Hello and welcome to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. I'm your host, Dr. Kristen Lyerly. And today we have a really special conversation with someone who's been lighting up stages and touching hearts for years. Actually, there are three people here.
I was just going to say, like, which one of us is that?
Yeah, but only one has wildly big blonde hair. Well, wait a minute. Only one wears a wild, big blonde wig.
Oh, now I know who it is.
And also has... And what about the leather pants? The leather pants? I know.
You do have leather pants. I have leather pants, but...
But do you wear them like Dennis Peters does?
I guarantee I do not.
So for those of you who don't know, Dennis Peters is the powerhouse voice behind the Glam Band. He is a musician who has given us countless unforgettable performances, and he's become family to so many of us across the state. His energy, his talent, his spirit he's cracking up next to me, have made him not just a performer that we admire, but a friend that we cherish. And by we, I mean everybody in this community. And we're really seeing it now.
I appreciate you saying that. I talked the police officer away from handing out restraining orders this morning at the door. So yeah, we got that going for us.
Yeah. So unfortunately, recently, Dennis has received news that nobody wants to hear. A stage 4 prostate cancer diagnosis.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your new daddy at age 56. I can hear it now.
Are you my daddy? You never know. And if y'all know Dennis the way that we do, you know he's the kind of person who's always been there for others. He's always the person who steps up and puts on a bold face and takes the stage and entertains. But asking for help, that's not easy, is it?
I'm a proud man.
Uh-huh.
Allegedly. Theoretically.
So today we're going to talk about Dennis Peters' journey, his music, and of course the benefit that has been organized to support him. It's called On Stage for Cancer because this community believes in taking care of our own. So Dennis, we are celebrating you today.
Woo-hoo! Sorry about that. I'd like to apologize to everybody in advance.
You are always on stage. You're parading around with a microphone. You are doing your thing. But today is different, isn't it?
Nope. Still a microphone in front of us. Back to you, Bob.
So you broke your story for the community right here, actually sitting in this chair where I'm sitting right now. Yep. That was, I watched that episode as we were preparing for this, our time together today. And that was a really, really brave thing to do.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate you, saying that. It is kind of what it is, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to come out at that time and say something because it was going to be about that time where people are going to maybe notice some things, some physical changes besides the mental.
That's always been there.
Well, you'll have that. Yeah. People say, "Do you whistle when you walk?" I don't know. I just hear my ears going, "Ooh." But yeah, it was. People are going to probably notice, like, say, my port, which I've brought along with us, and and maybe they would notice some fatigue and things like that, and not maybe the same type of show that I like to put on. I didn't know what it was going to be like, so I thought maybe I better get in front of it a little bit and say something at the time. And I appreciate the radio station here for, at that time, allowing me to say something in that regard. So I'm grateful to the people here in the station for that.
Let's back up a little bit for
folks
out there. Stay in your chair.
Oh.
Sit.
Next thing, I thought you were going to say walk this way or something.
Ooh, we're going to get to that. You didn't sing it, though.
Yeah, that's good. That's already good.
So let's back up a little bit because there may be folks out there who aren't familiar with your story.
Okay.
Tell us.
I was born a poor black child.
In Wild Rose, Wisconsin?
Yeah. Grew up in Appleton, actually Neenah, Menasha, and went and moved to Wild Rose, I'd say third grade. Mm-hmm. Grew up there. 7th, 8th grade, had a big fall, got pushed off some bleachers and it jacked up my back and neck. So that's been real difficult with living normal, if you will, besides this space between here and here. Mm-hmm. But we're not sure quite what you're asking, but I'm just kind of telling you my quick little story. Moved out, came back to Appleton, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fell into music because that's what I really wanted to do. And I've been doing that off and on for the longest time. And it's only now that people, I don't know, a lot of people my age have given it up. You know what I'm saying?
We're all about your age, by the way, so
Yeah.
you're not going to get any sympathy from this crowd.
Oh, I'm not looking for any. Believe me. Believe me, you can't polish this. You know what I mean? So, but, so I guess I get stuck it out, and the Glam Band kind of took off a bunch of years ago, and I'm fortunate to be out there in front of a lot of people. However, the dirty underside of that is people think they know you, and they don't. You know, I'm a private person, really, and a very shy person. I was the shyest person in school. If you ever knew me from back in the day, I mean, I was the shyest person. I wouldn't even sit in a car and going through a car wash, kind of shy. That freaked me out.
Really?
It's just weird. Yeah. I couldn't go into my grandparents' house when I was a kid, really little. It's like, I don't know these people. You know, so I've come from a really, really introverted background. So to do this stuff, it's something I had to make a choice to do. You know, it's not really step out of a comfort zone to do. Where are we going again with
I
this?
think you're telling your story, and you
Now
were
what?
setting the stage, literally, about being our glam band and music, and then not being comfortable sharing the next part of your story.
Thank you. I paid her
You're
well.
trying to avoid the hard part, and I
Yeah.
appreciate
So
that.
I'm a prideful person, and I've been told in my life by somebody in my past that pride would kill me one day, and maybe they're right. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But so yeah. Then in January, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic castrate-sensitive prostate cancer. It's stage 4B, which is about that's not good. On the scale, that's kind of on the risky side of things. So I told myself, okay, let's get into this. Let's dig into this. Let's fight this thing and see what I can find out. I had a urologist that gave me 3 to 5 years. And I said, for what? He said, to live. I said, really? Well, okay. That was a bad experience for me. It's a guy that showed up 20 minutes for our appointment, didn't even look at my chart. And so he already lost credibility with me, from the beginning. And I'd actually explain everything that was going on in my chart just to make this thing go quicker. Well, closer to 5 years, he says, because you're young, you're healthy, All it did was make me mad. I mean, absolutely set fireworks off in my person and said, you know what? That's the exact, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, because that just really lit the fire in me. And so I've been doing what most people in stage 4 are dealing with these days. The doctors are prescribing what's called triplet therapy. It's double testosterone blocking medication. So for those keeping score at home, anybody under 17, plug your ears in 3, 2. It's castrate. It's a chemical castration. All right, bring the kids back. All right, so that's what the medication is for, and it only lasts for maybe a couple of years. It's to get your prostate androgens down, and they score that. And so the PSA score is what they call it. Mine was 298.59 in January when I was diagnosed. And normal for somebody my age is between 0 and 3.5. So I've been doing those medications. Chemotherapy ended a couple of weeks ago. Just got my port removed, as I was mentioning before. Here it is, everybody. And then we wait. August 18th, we'll have bone scans, CT scans to compare, contrast, see where we're at. And right now, I'm just in the midst of throwing everything I can at this thing to try and see, from a holistic standpoint, diet standpoint, because that's the only thing that's probably going to be able to extend things for me, my life expectancy. So they're saying there's no cure for it. Everything I'm seeing says there's no cure for it. My current urologist that I see said, as I was going in for my last chemo, her words of encouragement were, enjoy the last good years you have left.
Oh, wow.
All that did is relit the fire in me. It just pissed me off. I said, well, I'm here to beat this thing. She lowers her head. And so there's that.
Well, I want to interject with, we have a lot of guidelines and we have a lot of opinions, right?
Oh, sure. You know what they say about opinions? They're like onions. They're spelled the same, similar. Anyway,
Very close.
Lots of O's in it.
But it lit that fire in you to
without a
fight
doubt.
and to thrive and to continue going on. And I think that both Kim and I have had experience with people that we know where they were given 6 months. And she's actually the treasurer of our organization. 10 years later is thriving.
Mm-hmm. And I should mention, that is the voice of Chris Peot. And earlier you heard the voice of Kim Shefchik. They are the co-founders of On Stage for Cancer. And we're going to talk more about that. But coming up, it's important to mention, we've got a benefit for Dennis.
Yes.
Here in Green Bay. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. We have a benefit for Dennis coming up at Riverside Ballroom on July 31st. There are still some tables available. We were able to add 3 more tables, so you can purchase those at onstage4cancer.org. We will have a silent auction, a live auction, a full dinner. There's a performances for the evening, a full show. And
we are not the Glam Band, but we will entertain in our own way.
But there is a band, and we've got glam.
Amen.
So you can just connect that however you want.
And we do have several of Dennis's fan club in attendance, as well as his VIP fan, his wife, and some friends and family. So they'll be a part of it. Dennis will be making an appearance in his own way. And so we will definitely bring the glam.
And in addition to the tickets for the event, people can watch on live stream
Yeah.
and contribute that way.
You like
and
your
there's
cozy
also
couch?
Yes, and there's also an auction where people can participate. There are wonderful things that
Lots
have been
of donated
donated.
things. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fun
amazing.
stuff.
We have a $1,000 gift certificate for cabinet refinishing. I think
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, new cabinets.
I got cabinets in my van.
I bet you do.
Can you still refurbish?
But I think the connection with, Dennis sharing his story and being very humble and not someone to share, like we were very fortunate connecting to be able to offer that, because as we exist to help people like Dennis and not only give them hope and help them thrive, but truly and honestly financial support. It's a diagnosis that unfortunately we have to face the reality of the cost of healthcare.
So if you could you tell the story about how this all came together? Because I saw an email, I think from a member of our band from back in February or March. He reached out.
Yeah.
And I think I finally committed to you all in May.
Yeah.
And the reason I committed in May is because I was already at $25,000 out of pocket
Yeah.
at that point, and I stopped counting at that point.
Yeah.
Between out-of-pocket expenses, some lost income, et cetera.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's
speaking
only
of
just in that time frame.
like lighting the fire. So we were having an event regardless, because we raise money not just for a single person, but for Northeast Wisconsin. And we can talk more about that later. But we were like, this is great. Kind of have this small event this year. We had a featured thriver last year, but we didn't have that person yet. We just hadn't found that fire. And along came Dennis, literally a spark that we were like, dude, let's light that flame. And it took time and feeling comfortable and connected with sharing your story. And it's just been a real fire within us and our board and this event. It's amazing. So we also have seen that flame and fire from you.
So I apologize for all of that.
No, we love it. We love it.
So pride got in the way, and I'm just, like I say, it's something that I'm not comfortable with. And it's so you made this very comfortable for me, and that's saying a lot about you, considering where I come from and whatnot. So I'm just really... It's just amazing to sit next to you and have this conversation, So I'm grateful and humbled by
We
this
appreciate
experience
you very
with you.
much.
So.
We very much appreciate you.
I'm so excited to just be at this table with you all. All right, coming up, we are going to have to take a short break. But when we come back, do you guys want to listen to a little Glam Band?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, maybe sing along.
For sure.
Yeah, you can't stop us from singing along, actually. And later in the show, we're going to do some Peters Posse Trivia. Because as it turns out, Dennis Peters is kind of like an onion with a lot of layers. So we're going to start peeling them when we
Smell
get
like
back.
one too.
I was going to say, I don't smell anything right now.
You're listening to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show on WGBW and WISS and streaming live on the Civic Media app.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Not so long ago.
Welcome back to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. I'm Dr. Kristen Lyerly, and I'm just hanging out with Chris Peot and Kim Shefchik. They are co-founders of On Stage for Cancer. And Dennis Peters, who you might know as Dennis Lee Roth. He is the voice of the Glam Band. That is his voice that you're listening to right now.
Sorry about that.
I'm surprised you didn't bust into song Here and Now.
Oh, no. It's best sometimes to not do those things.
Now, everybody loves the Glam Band. Everybody loves Dennis. And Kim, you were just telling the story of how you became a fan and how you watched people literally just kind of gather as they were performing at the Kewaunee County Fair. I saw the same thing at Celebrate De Pere just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That is just what the Glam Band does.
Yes.
I think they're there for the fireworks, honestly.
No.
I don't
No.
As soon
think
as the
so.
fireworks were gone, see ya.
You bring the fire.
But bump.
That's just the candle lit at both ends after those urologists told me to enjoy my life, what's left of it. Just saying that's kind of a joke. If you can't laugh at yourself, well,
It's true.
It is true.
Humor is medicine.
It is medicine. And Chris, you made a point earlier about thriving. And I love
Yes.
that you use the word thrive as you're talking about On Stage for Cancer. Tell us a little bit more about how this all evolved and how you ended up working with, supporting Dennis.
I'll have Kim do the beginnings of our organization.
So literally, this was one of those signs from the universe that kept happening, kept happening. We should do this. We should do this. And I kept saying, nope, not now. No time. Too busy. Yada, yada. But inspired truly by close friends and family who were getting hit with a pretty hard diagnosis. And often a very aggressive diagnosis. There's no mistake in our name being On Stage for Cancer. Now, we don't exclusively say that we're only for stage 4 cancer, but that really is what lit the spark, that we've known people who've been told, yeah, good luck surviving, your time is limited. And so we made a specific choice in that name because we also said, doesn't matter how severe the diagnosis, we want you to thrive.
Yes.
And we want to support you. And these were people who are musicians, small business owners who are literally cut to their knees financially because their work, their gigs, their artistry, they couldn't perform because they were sick and trying to thrive. And so we decided, you know what, it's time. Last year, we put on our inaugural event for our good friend, local musician Audrey Nowak, and just it took off from there. And many of our board members are thrivers themselves, which is pretty awesome and gives me chills every time I say it. And Chris, you can share the next step.
The thrive part is the important part, right? We're all just that glimpse away from hearing the word.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it has such a connotation of it means it's over. You now have to fight this until you die.
I've been told that plenty of times in other ways.
Right.
It's over.
But
See this face? Not a victim. Just trying to say something. Moving on.
being available now to people through this organization to raise money to take financial burdens away so that they can fight and thrive and enjoy every moment of life, whether it is 6 months or 15 years. Medicine changes every day, every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And, 3 years today turns into, 75 years old.
Yeah.
Turns into 80. And man, you remember when we went through that. So
Yeah, and
I think
we heard about Dennis and the Glam Band and went, oh my gosh, let's connect.
this
and
is perfect.
The universe has connected us each time when there was a need. And I truly believe that was exactly why we're here today.
Well, and to your point about thriving and about all the time that it takes to fight this diagnosis. Dennis, you said the other day, trying to save your life is a full-time job.
I did, and then I realized I was wrong after diagnosis and started doing some investigative work and just trying to study up on what it is that's out there that I can learn for myself. I realized it's not just a full-time job; it's an all-the-time job. Mm-hmm. Every decision I make has to be good, for the right reasons, whether it be dietary, sleep, how I use my energy, who I talk back to with either text or on social medias and whatnot. Because so many people have been reaching out, and I'm so blessed for that.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting, and then I have to repeat myself about the story over and over and over again, which is fine. That comes with the territory too, and I get all that. But I need to escape that too. Need to get away from that bubble.
Well, you were saying earlier, you're an introvert.
Yeah.
And that means that you, even though on stage, you look like you are completely out there and like, wow, amazing. You actually get your energy from being alone and recouping. And, it's very different than what people might think.
I learned in science class that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I like to spend a lot of time on the equal and opposite reaction aspect of things a lot. I like being by myself, spending time with my diggity dog and my cats and whatever, and my spouse when she allows me. And, that's where it's at for me, is to just find peace. And I spend a lot of my week trying to be in that spot.
But to be really clear, you appreciate all the reach outs and you love hearing from your fans. I've
been uplifted by prayers, and I'm telling you, it's real. Prayer is real. The effects of prayer is real. When the masses are so many people have been reaching out and praying for me, and I'm telling you, I feel like I'm walking on my toes. I feel like sometimes I feel like I've been leaving the ground for months already. It's carrying me through, and it's just not something you would ever expect. Is it one person to see this coming back to you in the ways that it has been? It's unbelievable. It's overwhelming. It's emotional, and it's just something. It's surreal. Something I cannot grasp, and so it's just hard to say why me. Why is there so many people reaching out? It just seems like the scale doesn't balance. It's so overwhelming, and I'm unbelievably grateful to everybody for that.
Yeah, and they're grateful to you for all those years of love and fun that you've given them.
I just didn't quit music. That's all. I'm one of the survivors because I just didn't quit.
That's right. All right, we got to take another short break. But before we do, the quick and dirty about On Stage for Cancer. It's Thursday, July 31st, 6 p.m. at the Riverside Theater, Riverside Ballroom. You can find out about it at onstage4cancer.org. You're listening to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show on WGBW, WISS, and streaming live on the Civic Media app. Welcome back to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. I'm Dr. Kristen Lyerly, and I'm just chilling with Chris Peot and Kim Shefchik, co-founders of On Stage for Cancer, and Dennis Peters, a.k.a. Dennis Lee Roth, the voice of the Glam Band. He's here. We are fighting for the right to party with you all today.
As sung by our lovely and talented Mr. Matt Savage on bass guitar. Way to rock it, Matty.
Way to go.
6'7" in barefoot, and he's probably about 7'2" with the hair and the boots.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the Glam Band, it is all that and more.
He's a tall drink of water.
Now, Dennis is mightily battling stage 4 prostate cancer, and the On Stage for Cancer crew is throwing a party next Thursday, July 31st at 6 p.m. at the Riverside Ballroom in support of Dennis. A few tables are still available, and if you can't be there in person, you can live stream the event as well. There's an online auction. There are so many ways to pitch in. T-shirts. We're sporting T-shirts today.
Aww.
So get involved. You can go to onstage, the number 4, onstage4cancer.org. And if you missed the beginning of our conversation, because we've been going for a while here, you can always find it wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Substack. It's on all the places. And you can always find me here on Saturdays and Sundays at 3 on WGBW in Green Bay and WISS in Oshkosh. And of course, streaming on the Civic Media app.
She's smooth.
You're in a lot of places.
What a professional you are.
She literally is in a lot of places.
You have no idea.
You cannot pin that woman down.
But I'm here every week.
That's
Because
awesome.
I love this. Like, how cool is it to be able
Yeah.
to be doing this? And the work that we do, we don't do this. None of it. The singing, all of us, the singing, the charity, the being in the world and uplifting people every day like you do, Dennis. And it's hard to ask for help, but you need it right now. And that's why we're here.
I'm sorry. I'm hardwired that way. It's the way I was raised, just to kind of, try to find a way on your own kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I think I was raised right in that regard.
Yeah.
But maybe I just dug in too much over my lifetime, and that's okay.
Hey, listen, we all need each other.
I like to learn. If I put myself in a tough spot, well, how do I dig myself out? Mm-hmm. And but yeah, pride can be sometimes a detriment. And, this is one of those times, I guess.
Well, let's go back to your childhood a little bit and more, because are you guys ready to play a little
Therapy alert.
Posse
Oh,
Trivia?
okay,
Peters
okay,
Posse
trivia,
Trivia.
Phew, I was way off.
Okay.
All that for nothing.
See, don't worry. It's all good.
Be happy.
Be happy. That's right.
See, there goes the singing, and it was you first, Kim.
I
for the
know.
record.
I just envisioned the fish turning. The fish.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Now it's going to be stuck in your head. Okay. Dennis Peters is an introvert.
True.
Even though he is a...
Ding, 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 ding.
Where's the bell?
Tell them what they've won, Don.
So surely someone as glamorous as Dennis Lee Roth Peters, he must have grown up in a big city, right? Surrounded by lights
ding,
and
ding.
sound and fashion. Where did Dennis
Fashion.
grow up, Kim?
Wild Rose, Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Ding, 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 ding. Wait.
Well, there's a technicality because
Yep.
you did tell us that you weren't born in Wild Rose, but you.
That's true.
Need a masha.
Well, but the technicality I was going to come with is say maybe I haven't grown up yet.
Oh,
there's
that's
that too.
true.
Ask
Two things
around.
can be true.
Ask
This trivia is
around.
hard. There's all these.
I'm still looking for my bell. I got nothing.
You got nothing. You just have to hit the table.
Ding this.
Okay, wait
So
a minute.
fundamentally, she is correct, though. You are correct. I'm just being a smarty pants.
Yeah, let's hear more about that. You grew up on a farm.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. I grew up in town. The town was 585, and I think the next population sign I think popped up in, I don't know what it was. It was like 741, 749, whatever. Small town, no stop signs, a few yield signs, that kind of a thing.
Optional.
So, but I lived in town. So, my granddad and my uncle who were on the farm, they called me City. It's like,
Because you lived in Wild Rose.
yeah.
Metropolis
So-
of Wild Rose.
So we had to ride our bike all the way to the farm, and there's about 3 miles uphill both ways. You know how that is.
Oh, yeah.
Literally uphill.
With one pedal.
Oh boy, and how avoiding dogs that would bite you and legit, stuff. And so we would. My parents would send us out to the farm to work, picking rocks, throwing hay bales around,
Oh, yeah.
feeding the critters, watching animals die in front of your face, and that was a tough one. And so I learned a lot about life from being on the farm. Learned a lot about work ethic, things of that nature.
What
And,
about music? Did you learn a lot about? You're on the farm.
Yeah, we sang work songs. Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah.
I've been working on Grandpa's farm. Oh,
That's interesting. We
Yeah.
all have that farm connection.
yes.
Uh-huh.
We all have family farm history in our DNA. That's pretty cool.
That is really
We all have
cool.
pick and stone calluses.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
boy.
gosh. Yeah, but we
I
all didn't
mean,
have a 3 on the tree.
That's
Miss
true.
Peot.
Or, as they
That's
say
right,
up
that's
north,
all me.
the tree on the tree.
The tree on the tree.
The old green Ford.
Okay, I have another question for you. Back in the day, Dennis was quite an athlete. Can you guess which sport Dennis excelled at?
Wrestling.
Oh, of course you would go with wrestling. That is Kim Shefchik.
That's because of my fat nose.
No, I'm married to a wrestling coach.
I did wrestle. Yep.
Chris?
Is that the correct answer?
That is not.
Oh, I was going to say basketball.
Oh.
No. Look at these hands. Look how tiny these are.
Yeah, he
How
can
am
palm
I-
a ping pong ball.
Golf?
Nope.
Wild
Roses
Rose, Kim.
wouldn't have a
There's
golf
no
club.
golf.
I don't know. Isn't there a nice golf course down that way?
There is. There's several of them.
You can just tell them the truth anytime here, Dennis.
Hockey?
Break the tension.
How would I have hockey in Wild Rose?
I don't know. You got lakes?
She ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Football.
right?
Go with the big one. Football.
I wish.
You had the back injury.
Oh,
Yeah,
baseball.
I still played anyway. That's another
Oh,
story.
you did. Okay.
Yeah,
Track? Sprinter.
That was baseball.
Oh, baseball.
Yep, baseball was my.
Sorry.
That was my bag, baby. Yeah.
It wasn't
See?
just a little thing, though.
Like big deal? Like
was
he
a big
was
deal.
legitly.
You tell the story, Dennis. It's your story.
I'll be brief. I'll try and do this in 15 seconds or so. I did some pro tryouts and stuff like that when I was going to college in Minnesota.
What?
Did a tryout with the Twins, Brewers, Reds.
Oh, my
there.
God.
I did know the scout from the Reds. He was scouting somebody else, and I caught his eye or whatever.
As you are known to do. Ka-chow.
Shout right
Ciao.
University of Wisconsin brought me in for a clinic, and I never really pitched. I pitched one game in high school, but they wanted me as a pitcher. I'm a lefty, and but baseball was my thing. But Wisconsin canceled the program the very next year. So Title IX, I think, is their excuse. But they had money. That's just ridiculous.
They're leather ball.
Can you imagine what that would be like? Playing baseball with leather pants on?
It would be hot. It would be a whole different kind of hot.
No.
Yeah, I was
You'd
gonna
have
say,
some-
band
in
hot.
how many
Swag.
ways?
I am not playing baseball, not wearing leather pants while playing baseball, but would not wear leather pants and baseball with heat, at least.
For the
In an
record-
icebox, maybe?
I try to never wear leather pants.
Outside of the show?
I try to never wear even.
Or those are not leather?
No, that's paint.
Literally.
Oh,
Inside secrets.
We are releasing information here, people.
That
Forget
sure
the
came out
trivia.
fast.
Now we're getting the tips.
That was a low resistance response. Wow. Woof. way out there. Way out space nuts. Like, what was that?
Vulnerability max.
Yikes. Okay, how
Hold
about
me, I'm
another
scared.
trivia? How about another trivia
Trivia.
question? Okay,
Doctor, reel us in, will you?
Uh-huh.
At least me, anyway.
Dennis,
I'm sorry. I'm way off.
you spent a little time in Minneapolis.
I did.
Right around the same time I did. We
Is
were
that
there together.
something?
I know, it's the craziest thing.
U
But
of M grad.
U of M grad. Yeah.
We don't hold it against her.
Hey, my son's going there.
But, you won't be able to experience the Metrodome the way that we experience the Metrodome because it's different now.
That was a mercy kill letting that thing go. Gee whiz.
Now, the turf of the Metrodome was not the coolest thing that you experienced in the Twin Cities. You were a little outside of the city center. Can you guess where or what Dennis may have done back in the day when he was in the cities? Or let me put it this way, who he might have been hanging out with.
Oh my God. Was it Prince?
Randy Moss's roommate.
I said Prince.
Ding.
Shut the front door.
Tell the
I
story.
would, but I can't find one.
That's so cool.
Did you have a raspberry beret?
Not that I saw.
Maybe you should have gone to the secondhand store.
That's funny.
Good tip.
That's funny.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
You ever
That's
I'm
good.
near
Park
someone
Street,
who
Chris?
is near Prince.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Sorry.
He had a thing for my wife at the time, though. Yep.
Also scandal.
In the small world realm that we live in, my current wife lived across the street from my first wife.
No way. The
Way.
universe is crazy small.
Way.
And they
So-
knew each other.
And they knew each other. Yes. So yeah. So that's my takeaway from Prince. They weren't the most
Hey.
neat things. I
Hey,
have to
guess
say.
who's winning the trivia game?
I was
Okay.
actually just trying to figure that out in my head, and I was like, oh,
I just know she's so
there's
competitive.
another
We can't-
question. I know there is,
I've
and
got
I'm
it.
going to own it.
Okay,
Yeah,
are you
you
ready?
will. I'm just getting lucky.
This is a hard one. Dennis used to have a regular job. What did he do?
Ooh,
Regular.
Ooh.
I called it an unleaded job. I had to keep refilling the tank all the time.
I know he told me this once.
It has something to do with burnout.
No, it was like computers or something with spreadsheets or something with.
Financial
Nope.
advisor.
Ish, close. Warmer.
Woman.
Accounting,
Insurance.
no, insurance.
I did that. I did that.
Okay, so that's that right. He said he did that. So
Yeah,
You
I
might
think
just
you
have to
did.
tell him.
Primarily a mortgage guy.
Mortgages. I knew it was something with
Yep.
money and moving things
Yeah.
that I don't understand. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turns out he's pretty good. Just bored.
Okay.
Sure got dry in here. Holy wow.
Mortgages.
I like your job now, just fighting
Way
to continue to
cooler.
be awesome.
upgrade.
Can't tell you how blessed I am to be able to do it for a living.
It's super
It's
cool.
unbelievable. Without it,
Super
I would
cool.
be in such trouble. Oh my word.
Trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, from a financial standpoint, it'd be terrible. So I was before I got diagnosed, I was bouncing out of jobs, not trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
As the slow progression goes on,
Yeah.
I had about 3.5 to 4 good hours of energy a day.
Ugh.
So by noon, I'm done. 11:30,
Yeah.
I was already on fumes. So I was washing out on jobs for the last at least couple of years and trying to figure out what's going on.
All the while your body was
What's going on?
dealing with something it didn't know.
Why am I going to the men's room every hour and a half and sometimes can't make it, and having to find other things to take with you to, make sure
Yeah.
you can do what you had to do.
Well,
Wow.
hey, enter On Stage for Cancer in our amazing community to help you financially.
That's amazing.
That is our goal.
Yeah.
So that you can just continue to worry about fighting and thriving.
And being the stage presence.
Can we talk about some of the performers who are going to be there for On Stage for Cancer?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they too are
I'm
thrivers.
excited to hear about this.
Yeah.
The Peot family, they also are very humble and don't like to admit how incredibly talented they are. Chris has 2 sons who are brilliant musicians, amazing voices. They'll be doing some songs. We've got the Power Tool Horns from
Nice.
Big Mouth local band and the Power Tool Horns. So we've got the Power Tool Horns and the drummer from the Big Mouth. And we've got Dan Weaver playing guitar. We've got Emily Paulson, who's a vocalist, sings in all sorts of events in our community. Caitlin Lloyd, who's sung in St. Norbert shows. And we've got some amazingly talented people. And
we had a house band rehearsal on Sunday, and it went
So
really,
good.
really well. It was awesome.
So good.
I'm so excited. So
Yeah.
this
So
is
good.
Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Riverside Ballroom. You
July
can find
31st.
out more at onstage4cancer.org. And we're going to take a little bit of a short break here, but when we come back, Whammy Male Vocalist of the Year for the 2nd year in a row, sitting next to me here. Yeah, Dennis loves his fans, and they love him too. So let's have a little bit of a love fest when we come back.
Love fest.
All right, you're listening to the Dr.
Hugs
Kristen
all
Lyerly
around.
Show on WGBW, WISS, and streaming on the Civic Media app.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back to the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. I'm Dr. Kristen Lyerly, and I am sitting next to Dennis Peters,
How's it
a.k.a.
going,
a.k.a. Bob and Doug McKenzie, a.k.a. Dennis Lee Roth, the voice of the Glam Band. And I also have Chris Peot and Kim Shefchik, like I don't know how to say your last name, with me. They are the co-founders of On Stage for Cancer, which is all set for next Thursday, July 31st at 6 p.m. at the Riverside Ballroom. This is an extraordinary event featuring a ridiculous amount of local talent all coming together for the benefit of one Dennis Lee Roth Peters, who is thriving with stage 4 prostate cancer.
That's it.
Can we just talk about the Peters Posse for a minute? You have so many fans, and you've received message after message of support and love. It has to be overwhelming.
It's been in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, honest to Pete, of people reaching out with not just, take care, beat this thing. I mean, personal messages with some heartfelt thought processes. So many people sending links, to watch, to be more educated on the subject. You name it. It's been fantastic. People reaching out, say, if you need anything, let us know. A pride person is not going to do that. A prideful person will say, thank you though. Appreciate you. But but so many people have been reaching out, and it's still happening on the regular. I can't keep up with messages back, and it has to be okay. I'm sorry, friends, but I can't. And,
People understand.
It's more than a full-time job. It's an all-time job.
It's when these things happen in your life, it helps you understand how many people you have reached and how much joy you bring into the world.
It doesn't compute. The math does not add up. I'm just like I said before, just incredibly blessed, and by all of this.
Kim and Chris, what have you seen from Dennis's fans, and how has that helped you put this event together?
They're really passionate about helping, and they have given so much already. We have had amazing people come through with sponsorships, getting tables, wanting to be there, wanting to donate things for our auction. We've had amazing sponsors and amazing donations. That online auction, you will find a lot of fun things.
There's so many cool things, lots of gift certificates, a lot of wine gatherings where you group of 10 of your friends and a personal wine tasting. We've got Alec Ingold, a Bayport grad. We have a signed autographed Dolphins jersey from Alec.
Come on.
That's amazing.
Which I'm currently the lead bidder
You want to
on.
buy that?
I do. He's also a friend of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we have an artist who donates her time. She's painting a picture at our event, and it will actually incorporate some things that are connected to Dennis, which is a little bit of a surprise. So that's super cool. And the way the community supporting Dennis and our Northeast Wisconsin community has come together, we are so grateful.
We have
So
a
grateful.
1-hour private concert by a string quartet of professional musicians.
I was going
on
to say,
the
I didn't sign up for that.
which I think is pretty cool.
Very unique.
Photography sessions, lots of awesome things. So you can get there from our website. And definitely still, I mean, I'm going to be that person that says prayer is awesome and thoughts are awesome, but financially, cancer is a horrible burden. And we exist to help lift that burden. And to lift that burden, we need you. We need the fans. We need the people that are listening to $5, $10, whatever you can to just try to help lift that burden. Dennis is never going to ask for that.
Right.
This part is hard to even listen to, friends, to be honest with
It
you.
is. This is why I'm the one that's saying it, because our goal is to help Dennis thrive.
Absolutely.
We exist to use the abilities that we've been given and our talents to provide a show, but to also, through our nonprofit, because we are a 501c3, take in those donations so that we can give them to Dennis, and know that everything that you bring in is tax deductible. So there's always that.
Gotta keep the IRS happy and make
That's
sure
right.
we're legit, and we are. And that was a process.
It was a
And
process. We've learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
But my personal goal is to just write a giant check with lots of zeros to give to Dennis. And we need you to be able to do that.
That's the reality.
It is the reality, sadly.
I'd seen something in my research that, and to tie into that, the average cost for someone dealing with prostate cancer, it's the cost out of pocket is between 50 to 150 grand over the course of the,
easy.
And that's out of pocket. I stopped counting in May when it got to 25, as I was talking about before. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
And again, a lot of people think, oh, well, that's why you have your health insurance. But when you're somebody who's in the gig economy, an artist, a musician, or small business entrepreneur, which is who we exist for, you don't have those traditional, FMLA and all this stuff that, and when you work for a corporation, you may have connections to. So,
and that is more and more people
in
the
more
world
people.
these days.
I mean, that's a whole nother topic, right, Dr. Lyerly? I mean, healthcare and bankrupting people to get a diagnosis that you didn't sign up for that.
It's the number one reason why people file for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
It's tragic.
So we need to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
So that's why we need everybody that's listening.
Hey, ladies, I have known you for a long time, and you give and give and give. And I am profoundly grateful to you. Dennis.
Same here. I'm just amazed. You're such great people. That's what brought me into even wanting to be a part of this. And it's saying a lot to your character and who you are. And I'm grateful to you. And
we're grateful that you allowed us into your life.
Yeah. It's a brave,
it's a brave thing to do.
It's
it's a Mutual of Omaha thing.
Nah. You are a running commercial.
He is.
But not for yourself. That's the sad part. That's why
running.
we are here.
That's
we're the
why
commercial
we're here.
for you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Friends.
Dennis is as amazing as he seems, even more so.
Yes. And
Amen.
you can see Dennis. Glam Band is still performing all
Yes.
over the place. So you can see Dennis all over Wisconsin this summer.
Yeah.
On Stage for Cancer is next Thursday, July 31st, 6 p.m. at the Riverside Ballroom. Tickets and live stream access. If you can't be there in person, you can watch on the live stream. Still available.
And if you can't be there, the auction.
That's right.
Yes.
The auction, if ever there was a time to step up and share your love and support for a man who has been making us sing and laugh and smile for a long, long time.
Sorry about that.
This is the time. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you.
If you have ideas for topics, guests, music, whatever you want to hear, say the word. This is our conversation, and we can talk about whatever we want. You can find me, Dr. Kristen Lyerly, on all the socials. And if you missed our conversation today, you can always listen wherever you get your podcasts. And please join me every Saturday and Sunday at 3 on WGBW, WISS, and streaming live on the Civic Media app. Until next time, rock on.
Thank you.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.